Hey guys, welcome back. So today, part 2 of our budget restoration for the underside of the Integra. If you watched yesterday, we got the lower subframe brace off, we got the lower control arms off, and we got some fresh paint on them. I'll insert a couple pictures here just in case you missed it. But if you would, go check the video out, give it a like, share, all that good stuff. Today, we're going to be pulling the trailing arms off the Integra. Now that we're down here, the first thing I like to do is get the brake caliper off. So the brake caliper is going to consist of two 14mm bolts, and we're going to get this caliper off here. That way when we take our trailing arm off, we don't have to worry about disconnecting our brake line and re-bleeding our brakes and stuff. It'll save you a lot of time. Let's get it. Little trick I learned that you should get in a habit of doing too is when you pull bolts out, whatever you pull it out of, and you get it off of the car, put your bolts back in the same holes. And that way you got no chance of losing your damn bolts. So I'm gonna get this off, like so. I'm gonna put the bolts right back in together. Keep that in mind when you're taking stuff apart. Always put the bolts back in the holes that they came out of, if it's possible. If not, get you a bag, write on it what it is, put it in a bag, or wrap you a piece of tape around it and write on that piece of tape. We're actually going to get rid of this e-brake cable because we've got a hydro e-brake in the car now. So we're just going to cut this, but caliper's off. So let's get this e-brake cable through here and off here, and then we'll get our camber arm off, and our two bolts that are up under there, we'll get them off, get this arm off here. Now I got that off, you can push this line through this hole, and once we get this arm off of here, we'll get rid of that line completely. Shock's disconnected, our brake line is connected back here, so we'll have to get that brake line off right there. Camber arm, and those two bolts. There she goes. There she goes. Oh yeah. Drive that stubborn bastard out of there. We're actually going to do undercoating on these and the underside of the car. So I'm going to get to work wire wheeling this thing, get her cleaned up. Then we will actually run to Walmart, get some undercoating, come back, get a coat on it. So actually, before I go cleaning this thing and putting fresh undercoating on it, I ordered some spherical bushings that should be here in 4 or 5 days. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this old bushing out of there. That way I don't have to mess with trying to get it out after I've got fresh paint on it. And just like that, she's out. So you have her laid on her front side there. And when these factory bearings, her bushings are in here, this sleeve will set up on this back side and stick out about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. You take you a good old man purse, smack the back over a few times, and she fall right out of there. So now we got that out. We'll get this e-brake cable off here, this dust shield, and we'll get this unit cleaned up so we can get her looking fresh like the rest of the stuff. Apart, I'm going to go ahead and clean off these slider pins for your calipers and grease them up really well to line apart. We'll pull the arm off the other side. Once we get the other trailing arm off, we'll clean it up real good with our wire wheel. We'll run them up to the car wash because my water's frozen outside for the hose. Power wash everything off real good. Go get some undercoating from Wally World, get back here and get them looking right. Now I'm not going to do a bunch of talking through this side because it's exactly the same as the other side. So I'm just going to get this knocked out, set you guys up on a time lapse, and I'll get back with you when we're getting ready to clean it up and head out the door to get our undercoating. Now we'll take our hammer, do the same process we did on the other side with this bushing. Just gonna tap around the outside. And she's out. Let's get her up on the operating table. Now we just got our e-brake cable. Get up here. Come here. Come on, get off the brake. You're going to put this back on, so cut it. Me, I'm not going to Alright, give it up. Alright, trailing arms are cleaned up. And our caliper brackets are cleaned up. So we're going to take them with us when we go get undercoating, stop at the car wash. Power wash them off real good so we can get all the dust and stuff out of the cracks and crevices, and we'll get to making them look fresh again. Got my ride or die partner loaded up with me. We're gonna get some undercoating and get these trailing arms sprayed off. Hopefully the damn car wash stuff isn't frozen up because we are getting snow right now, boys. Traction control off. Slingshot. Engage. What's up, guys? We're still headed to Walmart, get our stuff to the car wash. But I just wanted to take this time to take a second and kind of let you know a little bit about myself and the channel, what our purpose is and what our goals are. So we're from Indiana, southern Indiana. That's where we originated at. I got into Hondas actually when I was about 16 years old. I got a 91 Prelude SI, was my first Honda. Had it for a very short time. Got a EG hatch, little bubble, another bubble after that, and the saga just continued. unreasonable speeds, speed contests, unsafe starts, that I had lost my license already 3 times, and the next time it was going to be a 10-year suspension. Lo and behold, I nailed it. Of course, perfect 10 out of 10, and they took them for 10 years. So I sold everything, started doing off-road stuff, Jeeps, trucks, stuff like that, just to keep me off the roads, because I knew I didn't have the willpower or self-control to stay out of my cars. And I actually just got my license back about 3 years ago, built up a little bit of money, and started looking for a car. And that's when I stumbled across the old Integra. I found it in Ohio, and I actually traded a 98 Harley Davidson Fat Boy for it that I had about 2 grand into. The Integra, like I said in the previous video, the trans was bad in it. There was part of a turbo kit there. So I had to tow it back and immediately got to work. As I'm building this car, I realized over the last 10 years since I've been in this game, prices have skyrocketed for everything. I mean, absolutely everything. It's insane. Speaking of which, that's why we're selling these cubbies right now with the lids for the airbag deletes. $120 for a piece of plastic to set in your dash is insane to me. Absolutely insane. Especially when I know what you can make it for. So I thought, why don't I start a YouTube channel and document all of these things that are so expensive, but do them in a budget affordable way, so young guys and even older guys, man, that don't have a big fat wallet can continue to modify cars and enjoy them. So that's why I started the channel. I just want to show everybody that you don't have to have fancy stuff, big shop, none of that. I mean, obviously all that stuff's nice, and there's nothing wrong with any of it, but if you don't have it, it shouldn't discourage you from building the car that you want to build that makes you happy. So that's why we made the channel. We just want to show people the ways, man. There are ways to do things without spending a bunch of money all the time. Obviously, there's certain things that you need to spend the money on, and we'll cover those things whenever we get to that point, but a lot of the things you don't have to spend the money that people make it out to be that you have to spend. So hopefully, if we just help some people, obviously it'd be nice to put a little bit of jangle in the pocket too along the way, but I own and operate a painting company, so I get by. Money's not really a big deal, but it'd be super cool to quit doing painting and do this full time, move somewhere where it's warm out all the time, and make content all year round. But yeah, we're at Walmart. We're gonna go in and get what we need to get. I just wanted to take a second and kind of let you guys in my head a little bit and know a little bit about me, so you can kind of put a character with the name and the face to Top Flight Automotive. By the way, the name Top Flight Automotive came from my painting company, which is Top Flight Painting. Dun-dun-dun. So we're gonna find a parking spot, get in Walmart, get what we need to get. All right, let's go inside. Got our undercoating. Now we're off to the car wash. Let's roll. Got our trailing arms all sprayed off, cleaned up, ready to be sprayed with some undercoating. Let's get back to the house and get her knocked out. Got a coat of undercoating on the subframe brace, coat of undercoating on the control arms. We're gonna get this stuff covered up and get a coat on these trailing arms. Nice fresh set of undercoating on the trailing arms. Man, they're looking nice. So I think that'll be it for episode 2 here. We made some pretty good progress. All the arms are off, subframe brace is off, everything is undercoated. Now we just want to let her set up for a couple days and get nice and hard. I said hard. So we'll bring you back with us tomorrow. We'll finish undercoating the car, and then the following video we'll be reassembling everything and looking at them afters. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.